This review was made possible by contributions from viewers like you.
Hey guys, as I hinted at the end of my last review, hang on a sec.
What's up?
Well, apparently I got a package here that says, open at the end of your next Batmonth review. Huh.
Good timing.
I guess. As I was saying, my executive producers at Patreon.com have decided that today we're going to look at Scooby-Doo meets Batman, and I am so looking forward to this. Can't you tell how forward-looky I am?
Scooby-Doo, look.
Today's movie is actually 2 episodes. Ugh.
What now?
It's that guy from before. First you don't like the Batman, now you say you don't like Scooby-Doo. You're the worst reviewer ever, and you suck, and your girlfriend sucks too. And you're a dick, and there's no room for you on my channel.
You blocking him?
Already done.
Good. Wait. How did he know you were going to be reviewing Scooby-Doo?
As I was saying, today's movie is compiled of 2 episodes of the new Scooby-Doo movies. It's more or less the same thing as their first series, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, but with an emphasis on having special guest stars. Why this is called the new Scooby-Doo movies, I have no idea. Granted, some of these special guest stars have been in movies, like Sandy Duncan, Don Knotts, and Phyllis Diller, but Adam West doesn't appear in this series because he was busy acting in the stage adaptation of Volpone. Nor do we have Burt Ward playing Robin, because... I don't know, if there's no West, there's no Ward.
Holy crimson skies of death!
I also gotta say before we begin, I was never a fan of Scooby. I'm sorry, but it just never grabbed me. I know that every show follows some kind of formula, but even as a little kid, I got bored of the Scooby formula really quickly. I know it's beloved by millions, but I'm sorry, it's just not my thing. After an opening title sequence with some questionable imagery, like an alligator in the desert and a gunslinger who doesn't know where to point his gun...
Would you just shut up and enjoy the theme song? Scooby, Scooby-Doo, looking for you. Before we continue, I must say that there are only 2 acceptable Shaggies. Here we have the original, Casey Kasem, and my personal favorite, Matthew Lillard. Don't judge me.
Anyway, our first episode, The Dynamic Scooby Affair, opens on Scooby and the gang driving through some random swamp. Like you do. Suddenly a plane lands, and they start unloading some kind of cargo.
A plane without lights making a delivery in the middle of the night?
Out here? I think we may have a mystery on our hands.
Must be a day that ends in Y.
Yeah, let's cut through those trees and see where they're heading.
I'm sorry again, but I never liked laugh tracks in animated series. Sure, throw them into a live-action show where it actually might have been filmed in front of a live studio audience, but this is animation. Sorry, I'm not buying it. They follow this package to a weird old house, but before they can figure out why it, and everything else in the house, has been nailed to the floor, who should show up but Batman and Robin?
Oh God, here comes Batman. Don't ask him about his mother.
Don't worry, baby. This was back when Batman was fun.
Robin and I were on routine bat patrol in Gotham City
when we detected an airplane overhead flying without lights.
Suspecting that someone might be smuggling contraband into the country, we followed the plane on our Batmobile radar scope.
And it led us to this old farmhouse.
Yep, and you fell for Joker's plan, hook, line, and sinker, and now he's ransacking all of Gotham. Good job!
Now let's have a look at that crate.
It's strapped to the floor.
Well, we'll just unstrap it, eh, Batman?
Right, chum.
It's moments like this that make life hilarious.
We'll just unstrap it, eh, Batman?
Right, chum.
They meet the owner of the house, a Mrs. Baker, voiced by June Foray.
She voiced pretty much every little old lady on TV, right? I don't know why she's so lackluster here, but to hear her dialogue, it just gives it away that she's the bad guy.
It's next to the old cemetery. Some folks say the spirits of the departed wander around the auto graveyard at night.
And I would have gotten away with it if not for that meddling voice actress.
It turns out the crate has a clown punching bag inside, and the superhero who's routinely taunted and tormented by a prominent clown-based supercriminal thinks surprisingly little of it.
An amusing toy.
It turns out this clown is actually full of money.
Just as I suspected. Counterfeit.
Oh, sure, you knew about that the whole time because you're Batman. For some reason, this counterfeit money, made up entirely of nothing but $5 bills, I guess, was drawn with Abe Lincoln wearing a turtleneck. Isn't the point of making counterfeit money that you can't tell that it's fake? Unless you're pulling a prank on someone, why would you make fake money this obvious? They follow the tire tracks of the Jeep that hauled the crate into this junkyard, a standard feature of all swamps and forests in the middle of nowhere. And after a brief and ultimately pointless altercation with this purple Klansman, they head back to the house to have the funny money picked up by the police. But when they get back, the house is gone, I guess? You'd think something like an entire house going missing would warrant a big establishing shot of nothing, but all we get are our heroes talking about how the house is gone, so we're stuck taking their word for it. The Batmobile is missing too, and Batman figures they can find it and the house by following the car's tracking bleeper at the Batcave.
I guess tracking bleeper is a technical term?
The kids offer to take Batman and Robin to the cave in the Mystery Machine, but they need to be blindfolded to keep the cave's location a secret.
Batman, like when we get to the Batcave, could I get a little snack?
Yes, Shaggy, we'll all have a snack. Bat milk and cookies for everyone.
Bat milk?
Thank you, Shaggy, for teaching us all that we don't have to put the word bat in front of everything.
There aren't enough munchies in the world to tempt me with bat milk. And good on these kids for volunteering to blindfold themselves to protect Batman's anonymity, but the way he's leading them into the back of that van just kind of looks like human trafficking.
They trace the Batmobile, using a giant Pong console, I guess, to the Batman and Robin exhibit at the local amusement park. I guess Gotham was the home of the first Six Flags? And they spread out looking for clues. It turns out Joker and Penguin, the former of whom sounds like Edward G. Robinson for some reason, have teamed up and are hiding in the adjacent haunted house, so Batman and Robin run in to get them. They fall into a pit and don't even try to use their bat ropes to climb out. Sure, they try to explain that there's nothing in this shed for the ropes to latch onto, but what about that door? And the kids go into the haunted house to look for them. We run into the standard Scooby shenanigans, and I'm having a really hard time trying to wrap my head around how they're legitimately this afraid of a haunted house that they know is fake going into it. Their entire existence revolves around debunking bullcrap. Why is this carnival spook house scaring them?
This should be interesting.
It should be interesting, but it's not. Then Joker and Penguin, in typical Joker and Penguin fashion, dress up like a couple of skeletons to scare them. You know, for as lighthearted as the 60s Batman show was, even those versions of these villains weren't above killing people. Why aren't these dangerous supercriminals trying to kill these little nothings? Scooby chases them because dogs and bones and all that.
And Scooby's got the munchies. He hangs out with Shaggy all day long. You know he's got a contact high.
They forget where they trapped Batman and Robin, and they fall into their own trap because these genius criminals are a couple of morons.
How amusing. The Clown Prince of Crime is now the Crown Prince of Climb.
Oh, shut up.
I thought my jokes were bad.
It turns out they weren't behind the printing of the counterfeit money, and they suspect Mrs. Baker.
Do you know who Mrs. Baker is?
I know who Mrs. Baker is. That creature's mother. Bow wow! Arf arf! Ha ha!
Was that a Yo Mama joke?
I think it might have been?
It didn't work.
No, it did not.
Corned beef to you, too.
And what is going on with Joker's eyes here? Batman, do you mind stepping back a bit? I think you're poking me. They bump into a couple of detectives from Gotham PD, who Batman summoned from the radio in his utility belt. So, Batman finds himself in a fix, and all he can do is call the police for help. Hello, police? Yes, it's Batman again. Bring rope. Look, Batman, how many times do we need to— Just bring rope, damn it! I am the knight! The detectives take Joker and Penguin away, and our heroes drive back to where the missing house was, only to find that it's back where it should be.
I'd sure like to find out who's up there and what gives with this kooky old house. We will. We mustn't let him or them slip out of our hands again. Let's go, kids.
Batman sure does love reckless child endangerment. While he and the rest of the kids investigate, Scooby and Shaggy discover this secret lever that turns the entire house upside down.
Holy cement mixers, what happened? Just hang on, Robin. When the room is upside down, we can drop to the floor. The ceiling.
Oh, what's happening?
Beats me.
This is worse than the haunted house.
No kidding. It took the entire landscape with it. They find an underground warehouse full of props which somehow doesn't belong to the Joker, and the bad guy who's totally a guy and not Mrs. Baker, he's just wearing her house cloak, lines up this giant toy dog to distract them, maybe?
Shh! Keep that dog quiet.
Shaggy, tell Scooby to stop that.
Hey, Scoob, will you stop already?
This is a hound who can't take a hint.
Ooh, kinky! More wacky shenanigans ensue, and it turns out that Mrs. Baker is the counterfeiter, just like no one saw coming. Why? Never explained. On to the next episode, the Caped Crusader Caper, where— Really?
What now?
Stop reviewing Scooby-Doo and Batman. You're the worst reviewer ever, and you should quit the internet forever.
Did that guy make a new account just so we could leave that comment?
So it would seem. And blocked again. Getting back to the review, Scooby and the gang look like they're camping in the same spot from 13 episodes ago.
Hey, gang, what do you say we look for a pizza parlor?
A pizza parlor? Oh, come on, Shag. Who'd buy pizzas in the middle of a forest?
I would, like Man, I'm Star. And let's have a midnight snack.
How can you have a midnight snack? It's only 8 o'clock.
So what? Somewhere in the world it's midnight.
Damn it. He's got the "it's 5 o'clock somewhere" mentality. I'm identifying with him!
Okay, I'll cook something. But you and Scooby will have to gather more firewood.
Out there in that dark forest?
Why was Scooby moving his lips with Shaggy? Is he mentally controlling him somehow?
That's why Shaggy's so hungry. He's eating for 2.
While looking for some firewood, they briefly tangle with a deer that they mistake for a wild horse?
Yike! A wild horse! Let's get out of here!
Dumbass was in the forest. Then they just happen to bump into the Joker and Penguin again. And there's not even a token mention of how they already ran into them before. It might seem a little weird that they'd run into the same supercriminals they met only a few weeks ago, but whatever.
Aha! There are night crawlers in this forest. Look!
Campers? We can't have them snooping around. Take the professor to our office. I'll scare those campers out of the woods by scaring them out of their wits.
Or kill him. That's a thing, remember? But coincidentally, Batman shows up and throws a cage around them. Sorry, kid, but it's time to let the real detectives do their work.
And Batman might be able to get around in those boots of his, but Robin is not dressed for hiking.
Batman and Robin were actually trying to catch Joker and Penguin, since they've been following the disappearance of Professor Flaky here. Of course, they recruit these untrained civilians to help them out, seeing as how unrealistically helpful they were the last time. Shaggy thinks they might be hiding in a cave that he saw on the drive up here, and when they head out to look for it, they find this thing.
Creepers, what is that? I'd say it's a dryad.
A dry what?
A dryad. A tree spirit. They live in the forests.
Of course! Everyone knows about tree spirits that live in the forest.
I look more like a dryad than that. That's the Lorax.
Seriously, what the hell are you doing, movie? Every supernatural creature these kids come across is revealed to be Old Man Withers, the guy who runs the haunted amusement park, And these kids are talking about dryads as if they're real, instead of their first thought being, guy in a weird costume?
But it can't be real. Dryads exist only in myths and fairy tales like elves and trolls. Well, that must be a figment of our imagination.
Yes, your collective imagination. Chew your gum, fudgy cakes. Scooby hides in this hollow log that's blocking the road. The kids roll it out of the way, and then Scooby was killed and they were out of franchise. The end! No, of course he's fine. Shaggy tries to pull Scooby out of the river MC Escher. Seriously, what's going on with this layout? But that dryad thing scares them away. The other kids signal Batman and Robin so they can update them.
A cave? A log in the road? A so-called dryad? And now Shaggy and Scooby are missing, eh?
Yeah, that's right.
Typical tactics of the terrible twosome.
Joker and Penguin are always blocking Gotham roads with hollow logs and dressing up like tree monsters. Huh? They go off looking for Shaggy and Scooby, but they can't cross this bridge because the Penguin is dressed like a troll and he turns it around. What?
Chinkies.
It's our campsite.
Creepers, we're back where we started from.
Maybe the road circles around.
Maybe the bridge turned you around and you somehow missed it? No, they need the help of the world's greatest detective to figure this out, too.
Turn on your headlights so we can follow you in the Batcopter.
Right. We'll get to the bottom of it by staying on top of it.
A very droll remark, Robin.
Usually I'm the top. Shaggy and Scooby need to cross the bridge to get back to their campsite. Are they looking for the cave on the side of the river they're currently on? But they're naturally a bit apprehensive.
Like the problem is, there might be some strange, weird creatures in there.
Where? You can see the entire interior of the bridge. Where could they be hiding?
Maybe they're behind the painting at the other end?
Because there is nothing more terrifying than
You leave Shaggy and Scooby alone. They're both high and probably paranoid. Of course they're afraid of everything.
Damn you and your logic. The super criminals play Ring Around the Rosie with them for a bit. They run off when the Batcopter arrives, but the bridge is out of position when the Mystery Machine pulls up.
Zoinks! No bridge! We gotta warn them! Scoob, this is no time to fool around with the wheel. They're gonna go into the river.
The real move to the bridge, you rocking bum-ass! The other kids are safe. They pick up Shaggy and Scooby, and the plot doesn't advance in any way. They find the cave where it turns out Joker and Penguin are hiding, and they're interrogating Professor Flaky about his latest invention, some kind of flying suit.
When a person wears it, he can air through the fly, flare through the eye, coming through the rye, fly through the air.
Tell us where it is or else.
Well, since you put it that way.
Tell us what we want to know, or I'll shake you gently some more. All right, I'll talk.
He opened it by touching a certain spot. Oh, must get out of here. Must prevent them from carrying out their plaid man. Their mad plan. Oh, where's that spot?
Meanwhile, Batman and Robin are still trying to find them themselves.
This may sound childish, Batman, but is it possible they were real spirits?
Robin, go wait in the copter.
Look at that cute little chipmunk.
Where, behind the squirrel?
Holy manhole!
Don't ever say that again. The dynamic duo go down to investigate, and the kids are getting closer to finding Joker and Penguin, who just kind of dick around with them for a while. Do you two need a minute?
Time and place, guys. By the way, once again we see the evil of Pink graphically portrayed. That's how you know that the bat is evil.
A mechanical bat is driving them batty.
It's truly a tactic of rib-tickling terror. But there are other intruders in the lake cavern. They too should be entertained.
Or killed! That's an option! Shaggy and Scooby eventually run into Professor Flaky.
I'm out! Oh, I spotted the right touch. Touched the right spot.
There will be no touching of spots, thank you very much. They all meet up together as Joker and Penguin fly the coop, and Flaky explains that he sent them in the wrong direction, and that his flying suit is really at the Gotham Rubber Factory.
To the Batcopter. We'll fly to Hillside Aircraft.
And when those poor, deluded villains arrive, they'll find a reception committee waiting for them. Us.
Yes, that's nice. What happened to Batman's pants? But it turns out that Joker and Penguin made off with the Batcopter. Good thing it wasn't loaded with anti-theft devices like the Batmobile would be. And the kids offer to give the dynamic duo a ride in the Mystery Machine to get to the Batcave so they can get the Batmobile.
Thank you, kids. By giving us this lift, you're giving a lift to every law-abiding citizen in the world.
Oh, shut up!
With time being of the essence, are you sure you want to get the Batmobile instead of just commandeering the Mystery Machine? So they get to the Gotham Rubber Company, where... Oh, you think you're so clever, don't you, Hanna-Barbera?
I know, right? Santa Claus? Really?
Jinkies, giant Batman and Robin balloons.
And Yogi Bear and Fred Flintstone and Santa Claus.
And why are they moving? They get inside and find Flaky's flying suit safe and sound.
Arms through here, legs through here.
And those little nozzles?
Can we please address the giant hole in the ass? That's really uncomfortable. Joker and Penguin somehow get here before Batman and Robin. Yeah, a frickin' panel van got there long before the Batmobile. They sneak in through the back door, and the kids spot them.
Uh-oh, they're whispering to each other.
I think they're ready to make their move.
We better make our move first, before they come this way.
Let's talk about our own plans really loudly.
Good idea. It's only fair.
By the way, what's up with Joker's face here?
Check it out, butthead. This chick has 3 boobs. How many butts does she have?
So the kids... throw Fred at them in a giant tire? Somehow this actually works, despite Joker and Penguin clearly seeing him and having enough time to just step out of his way.
I hope they enjoyed the trip.
Haha, why am I not crippled by my dizziness? Nice job landing in that vat of chemicals, too. Fred is gonna be the next Joker.
Oh no! This is fresh, sticky rubber!
Oh no, he's not gonna be the next Joker. He's gonna be the next Clayface.
They try to kill them with a forklift, but the super criminals are defeated by Daphne and Velma throwing beach balls at them. Words fail me.
Pink beach balls. Those things are deadly.
Batman and Robin finally show up and come in through the roof, but Flaky thinks it's Joker and Penguin, somehow, and he tosses his suit out the window to keep them from getting it. Naturally, it just happens to land flawlessly over Scooby's body. So not only is the design of this suit so weird and ugly that no one's gonna want to wear it, but it gives new meaning to the term crotch rocket. Why did they have to make it look like a bloated, farting tick? Batman and Robin fly up to save Scooby. Scooby randomly pushes every button to try to land, and he goes right into the Batcopter's propeller.
You know what would make this Scooby-Doo movie better? More murder!
Yeah, don't I wish. The Penguin shoots Scooby out of the sky, since this is the only time he can actually shoot someone.
Here goes!
Or he just throws his umbrella up, that works.
Lawn dart!
The umbrella misses, punctures the Batman balloon that Shaggy somehow got onto, but he's sadly saved by Scooby before they can reenact the end of Monkey Bone. Joker and Penguin are captured in Batman's ass, they all yuck it up, and Scooby has one last spin in the flying suit. So that was Scooby-Doo meets Batman, and I am so happy it's over. I can't remember the last time I felt so unbelievably bored by a cartoon show. The animation is sloppy, even by 1970s TV standards. There's no story, it's crammed to the rafters with padding, and there is literally no reason for this crossover to exist. Batman and Robin were completely superfluous. When you get Batman and Robin in on the action, you want to see them using their detective and fighting skills, and their arsenal of cool toys to bring down the bad guys while fighting off armies of goons and escaping ridiculous death traps. These episodes had them as walk-on cameos that could have been filled by anyone. You could replace them with Conway Twitty and damn near nothing about the story would have changed. I need to point out that this review was co-written by my friend and longtime contributor Batmonth, who, unlike me, actually is a fan of Scooby-Doo, and this was putting him to sleep as we were watching this together. This was just embarrassing. And now that that's over and done with, let's see what's in this package, shall we? What's this? A bat booby trap bewildering our beloved Bob Show? Is this the end for our comical critic? Don't miss the thrilling conclusion. Same Bob Show time, same Bob Show channel.
Hey, don't I get any say in this?
No, you don't.
Jinkies, this is a big one.
Subscribe, like, follow, comment, share, watch more.